get Boyet on the utility jungle. You get Sano on a signature hero, and of course, it's the Gato. Just every time when I think it's going to be something different, it's just a Gato again.
But I can't clear waves. Gato shows up once more. But both sides have very similar idea of how their compositions want to work. The early game is where we're going to have to see whether, you know, Falcons PH can set up that early snowball in that first blood. If not, I think as mid-game starts to come around, there's a lot of defensive tools that Mena can use to deter them. Like, stay back, but as long as I hold my ultimate, you have to respect me.
Yeah, it seems like a disciplined game would benefit Team Falcons Mena because they have a lot of ways to use that utility, but can they apply enough pressure to get ahead and snowball, especially if they get in this position where they are down and almost out? One game to tie it up or one game to send them home. Team Falcons PH on the verge of victory. Let's send it back over to your casters for game 2, where they might find themselves in the knockout stage.
Here we go into the land of dawn. Falcons Mena backed onto a wall. On the brink of elimination, they rely back on their main identity that won them the wild card. Boyet on utility, Sano on a carry, Cuffin on juice.
I was about to say, it's comfort. Going back to comfort for Falcons Mena in this very dangerous spot that they're currently in. A do or die up against Falcons PH, who based on this series alone have seemed to figure out what has been lacking for them in their previous series here in MSC. You see how they've been very proactive in setting the tempo. And now that they're on a Hirara, it's all the more reason for them to do the same.
Oh yeah, definitely. Let's take a look at the emblems here. Sano taking a Master Assassin, but losing out already. 1v1 up top. At least the Letho gets taken out by Falcons Mena's Boyet. But you can definitely see the clear speed difference earlier. Kyle got level 2 so quick, he was able to get the gold crab. So at the end of the day, a full clear plus a gold crab will be a bit better than the Letho plus semi-full clear because he didn't get the lizard up top.
And let's see Falcons Mena to play the mid differently this time, because earlier it was a clear struggle for them to just rotate out of this. Once again, you see Troll on the Troll, but nonetheless, it's not a guarantee that you have the Spear wave clear and you tend to win it out, because right now Falcons, you don't really sense where Kyle is just yet. Hookfin might just get caught here. There goes the flicker. Forced out again just before the objective spawns.
Falcons PH are just so good at this. Right now it's 2 times. First time it was Haji on the Selena who's forcing it. Haji!
Okay, he gets caught there. Fortunately has a dash, so he will get away, but Troll is actually going for it! First blood over to Falcons Mena. And isn't this great? They have an Akai in their side, and they take out the mid from Falcons PH right before the objective.
They bet out the flicker of Cuffin, but yeah, that's definitely way more worth it for Falcons Mena. They're able to pick up the kill. Just when I was about to say Cuffin needs to be way safer up against the assassin, we see Haji step forward a bit too far, and now it's Sanji who's zoning them away.
Unbreakable doesn't land. Sanji flickers out. Troll trying to look for something. Space creation is the name of the game. Sanji actually creates enough and also secures the objective for himself. Heavy spin used defensively. The SOD does land, but Falcons Mena, I think it's a clear re-engage from them this time.
There's a reason Falcons... Oh, Troll!
Oh, never mind. Re-engage once again. All over again. Falcons Mena. They find Ogwin.
Wow.
Troll goes down in exchange, but that's the heavy spin copied by Haji. They're not going to proceed with a fight.
A 1-for-1 in the end on top of the neutral objective. Sanji.
Oh, that's remembers. He's not going to get out of that. It's Kyle providing the damage. And so it somehow equalizes the trade. 2 for 2 now on the board for Falcons PH and Mena.
You're right. It's 2 for 2 now. It's just a neutral objective diff. And hey, believe it in Falcons PH to be able to come back from what looked to be a great play from Troll. But we see now why Falcons Mena were able to win the wild card with the utility jungle. It just seems so different from last game where they were playing the Hirara, playing the new meta. Doesn't really suit them, right?
Yeah.
Go back to your trump card and then play around Sano. Marco with Blazing Duet.
Okay, it does get the gold crab. It's a small win. And yeah, I feel like the pacing changes overall when Falcons Mena are just on these kinds of lineups. Cuffin and Troll seem to be playing a much more confident game, while it also probably goes hand in hand with the fact that they are up against a matchup which doesn't have as much range and doesn't have as much surprise potential, with the Abyssal Arrows just falling all over the place. But Ogwin now below half HP, does have the AOG still. Not going to use it just yet though. But that's clear control for Falcons Mena so far here in mid.
It's all about mid-prio whenever you have the utility jungle. Same playstyle from the wild card again. Boyet, every single time after full clear, goes into mid, consistently helps to get that mid-prio to secure these neutral objectives. Down below, it's Flap, who wins out the XP crap battle, and it just seems like we're setting up for this neutral objective. Great read by Falcons PH though. They know when it comes to the 50-50 around the neutral objectives, it's not going to be good.
Yeah.
They have to look for a win elsewhere, but they can't look for that trade up top. Sano's playing too safe.
They spot Kyle already. They know Kyle's already within the area. Knockups from the Lantern Flare. Troll trying to look for a target. Crimson Beacon in from Cuffin. Ogun already very, very low. Troll with a 3-man knockup. Sanji too, pretty low. Might have to get away from this. But then, Sanji, for the second time around, secures the turtle for Falcons Mena. Flap and Haji trying to chase after Boyet. Heavy Spin already committed. And Troll, both Troll and Cuffin just get to protect their jungler from that.
Kyle.
Oh boy, it's low.
Yep, shoot away from it. Conceal coming down now. Ogun wants to take control over this purple buff. But yes, Sanji secures the neutral objective. Falcons Mena again with the Akai. Pulling a win over the neutral objectives, but that's what it's meant to do, this composition.
Yeah.
Now we have to go back to the fact that Falcons PH, they can still scale, but so can Falcons Mena. So it basically makes it all even. Falcons Mena getting the neutral objective isn't a way to snowball. Rather, it's a way to stay neutral in the game. Something that they weren't able to do on Assassins. Now, they can play for the scaling on Sano. It's protect Mr. President. As long as Sano continues to farm this way, and Falcons Mena are able to keep the gold lead from staggering out of control, it's a-okay. It's back to Falcons Mena playing their signature game.
Yeah, but I think Falcons PH are too good at keeping it really under control. It's not growing into any significant lead just yet. Falcons Mena, they're not able to convert it into any structures, and so we see that the lead is something you don't really get to feel, at least for now in this game. But that's a really high cut for Sanji. There's a response coming out from Falcons PH this time just because of that, and he will go down. That's another kill over to Kyle, or actually the first kill. The second one he's able to get in this game.
Let's see, they're able to bait people down into the bottom lane. That means a turret up top. Wait a second.
Oh.
AOG?
Could that have been the plan? Ogun goes in with the AOG, yes, but it's not going to break out into a fight just yet. They have their eyes on Troll, however. He might be the pick-off, but he has the Jeet Kundo. He is going to survive.
And no turret for Falcons Mena.
Okay.
Great defense by Falcons PH, really just keeping that turret from going down, but now it's Boyet up top. Kyle onto the neutral objective first. Same level, it's 9-9.
Sanji already using the consecration, trying to get some info. Troll gets revealed here, and Kyle for the first time actually secures the objective away from Falcons Mena. The SOD did land, but I don't think Falcons Mena want to commit to a fight just yet.
Nope, not just yet. Not until Sano gets the 3-item power spike. But again, it'll be the same for Marco. Wait a second.
Oh.
Sano will be able to get a turret down below, so that makes it quite okay. Marco, though, obviously always there to get compensation off of these trades, right? Falcons Mena are trying their darn best to get some trades on the map. But Falcons PH always refuse for it to be an equal trade. It's always a kill on top of it, a neutral objective on top of a structure. And that's why they are the ones with the 1,000 gold lead, despite Falcons Mena's hold onto the 2 turtles.
Yeah, I wanted to say it looked equal, but then I looked at the gold lead and it's, for some reason, not. Falcons are the ones getting a better hold of this.
Look at Marco.
Oh, again.
Yep, it's all about the macro plays right now, taking the structures around the map. It's the same, though, for Falcons Mena. They are able to push up top. It was basically broken at top. So low. Just needed one more minion. Little strike down from the Winion. But now it's back to the scaling game. Wait a second, wait the dragon.
They find Flap. Do they have damage though? That's a really good AOG from Ogun just to stop them in their tracks. Crimson Beacon out from Cuffin, and now they might have to run away. They wanted to go for Flap, interestingly enough. But the damage again, I think it's a question mark.
And again, even in that skirmish that looked like Falcons Mena were the ones being proactive, it was Sano who had to burn the flicker.
SOD!
Whoa!
He actually escapes! Whoa! Sano with that play! Okay, at least they don't hand over more and more advantage to Team Falcons PH.
Not gonna lie, that was kind of clean with it. Great escape, man, against 4 members of Falcons PH. Any normal player would just be like, alright, I'm dead. But Sano refuses to play safe gold lane. He is the definition of play safe gold lane. He knows if 4 members are coming up, how to handle them. Up top though, Marco's gonna try to build a slow push. And Falcons Mena won't actually be using
No.
Moskov, Sano. Oh,
Yeah, he's
the
here in
dragon.
mid, and because they need the damage, they
Whoa.
pin down when they want to burst him down. Flap goes in with the falling star moon, but the Crimson Beacon too as a response.
Flap.
They want to apply a bit more crowd
God.
control, and now he's slowly being shredded down.
Wait.
Kyle enters from the sides, but he doesn't seem to land the damage onto anyone. It's Saji. Just needs one more
Marco.
hit. It's a flicker from him to finish off the kill on Kyle, but Marco going in. This might just be the turnaround. Boyet stays alive for too long, but not until the damage from Falcons PH arrives.
Both Falcons want to go toe-to-toe, head-to-head, fighting fire with fire. They started the fight with a pick, with a Way the Dragon on Ogwen. It ended up being 3 for 2 in favor of Falcons Mena. The 2,000 gold lead for Falcons PH now crumbling down to 1.7k, and you see again in the skirmish,
Yeah.
Falcons Mena really utilizing that man advantage for a while. Thank God for Haji getting that angle to go for the pin on Sano, because if not, it would have been a bad fight for Falcons PH to take. Marco was just way too late in the skirmish. Again, Selena, Valentina, it just seems like it's Haji who's holding down Ford.
Yeah, it looked like a really good entry from Kyle too, but the fact that the damage didn't really land onto anyone was just
they
so
stand on top.
unfortunate. Okay, it's different this time, yes. So they might have a bit more advantage. Oh, Falcons PH though, they go in for the engage. Sanji already very low for the lay of the dragon!
Wait!
They find Haji as Soti does not connect. Sano might have to commit to the push. He will as the team fight still continues to break out, and Kyle will secure the objective for Falcons PH!
It was a 4v5. Falcons Mena held them down for so long, but in the end, it's Flap with a triple. But a base turret up top might be taken by Sano. The rest of the team want to punish this. Sano, I don't think you have the minions, buddy.
Oh, he just wanted the turret, but now he might have to go down to no SOD available. And the kill goes over to Super Marco.
What a crazy sequence of events. They tried to go for the 4v5. Initially, it looked good. They got the pick up on Haji. But they really used everything for it. Even the heavy spin that was supposed to win them out the red tree battles. Again with Kyle, able to stitch out that damage together with the red tree, chaining it. Securing the neutral objective, Sano. I really feel like that was already good. The fact that they were able to get a tier 2, but they wanted more. And in the end, now they might lose a base turret because of it.
Yeah, they desperately wanted that because they lost on the objective fight. They wanted something, but now it's Falcons who is trying to set up something with the AOG troll. Finding a target! He finds Kyle! Falcons Mena take down one crucial member. The damage seems to be enough. Blazing do it though as a response from Super Marco. They might
God,
want
troll.
to calculate it a bit. There's the knock-up on Super Marco. No kick available. The falling star moon from Flap. He's starting to become a massive threat, but Troll is yet to fall. Sanji's still alive too. Falcons Mena, none of them are going down.
Marco gets the Melfic gun. He's so confident. Kyle gets taken out, but there is no bounty, so it's A-OK. Falcons PH can still chill even after that skirmish. Oh my God, it's just back-to-back fights. Falcons Mena now. It's all about scaling again for Sano. The Melfic gun already for Marco, so now it's Sano waiting for his own Melfic gun. Let's take a look at the items real quick. Melfic gun on the way. The Fury Hammer is next. I thought maybe there's a possibility for him to go into nature, just looking at the amount of damage that Falcons PH have on him. But yes, he needs the range. He needs to be able to dish out the damage when his frontline tanks it up. But that gold lead is ridiculous, 1,500. A whole item with the Melfic gun. He's going to be able to get the win of nature before the Melfic gun of Sano gets completed. Now it's damage on Troll. Marco as well.
Oh, who got it?
Purple
Okay.
buff Boyet. Boyet still got it with the red tree. Kyle had his red tree on cooldown.
At this point, it's just the mid-duo of Falcons Mena who are slightly ahead, and it's not even a significant lead. It's just that they had a bit more advantage, and you saw that, I mean, from the early up until the current point that we're at here in this game, and that's a Sky Piercer on Coffin too, so I guess it's at least successful scaling that you see from Falcons Mena at this point onwards. It's just that maybe the decisions should be something they really take into consideration, especially that one time we saw from Sano earlier on. That cost them a bit too much, and now Falcons PH, they are setting the tempo all over again for this upcoming Lord fight.
Sano's in the bottom lane. This is going to be this looks great. Oh, Marco low though.
Oh, Boyet, they don't want him to get near. But Boyet's trying his best.
spin.
Heavy spin, 2 heavy spins! SOD could have made it, Haji goes down though. Falcons PH do get the objective, but Falcons Mena now on fight. AOG from Ogwen, that might just have been the means to stop Falcons Mena. Super Marco landing the free hits. He finds a double on both Sanji and Boyet. It looked too good for Falcons Mena, but the AOG and now Sano. Can he get away from this? He's still trying to survive, but Kyle will find Troll.
Falcons PH played the long game in that skirmish. They got the Lord. It looked great for Falcons Mena as they got one man down straight up. But it wasn't enough in the end. Falcons PH waited for the resources to be spent, to be burnt down. Then they re-engaged. Marco on the claw, that blazing duet, and the clutch factor you have when you have Mr. Bulletproof in your team. It's just ridiculous. Now, Falcons PH are going to be looking for the throw.
Okay, that's amazing. Duet from Super Marco, just blasting Sano, and that's one of the most important members you have on your side if you're Team Falcons Mena. It just seems like such a big difference. It's the sides that you're seeing from Falcons PH really making work. Falcons Mena, they had so much promise in the early for their mid, but now it's Kyle on a killing spree against Sanji. Boyet catches multiple members.
It's over.
But what can they do? Cuffin flickers out. The Lord is still up, and Troll goes down next. It's a triple from Kyle to close out this game and to close out these series